Welcome to Homeopathy MasterKey. Unlocking healing, one remedy at a time. Today, we're exploring Medorrhinum, a fascinating nosode that captures the essence of the psychotic miasm, a remedy of extremes, where boldness and vulnerability collide. It's for those who seem confident on the outside but wrestle with deep inner fears, restlessness, and guilt. Whether in adults or children, Medorrhinum speaks to those who feel like they're running from something they can't name, be it judgment, guilt, or the fear of being exposed. Let's unlock the heart of this remedy. At its essence, Medorrhinum revolves around the fear of being judged or exposed. What if they see my weaknesses? There's a deep, unconscious feeling of inadequacy or flaw, as if something is inherently wrong with them. To understand this, imagine a young prince suddenly thrust onto the throne after the king's death. He feels weak and unprepared, surrounded by opportunistic advisors ready to exploit his vulnerability. To survive, the prince puts on a bold front, acting confident, assertive, even arrogant, desperately trying to hide his inner fears and weaknesses. This is the emotional core of Medorrhinum, the struggle to project strength and confidence while concealing an overwhelming fear of exposure. The Medorrhinum individual is often caught between two opposing states: intense hyperactivity and complete withdrawal. In hyperactivity and passion, they throw themselves into work, relationships, or dramatic actions with great intensity, as if trying to outrun their inner turmoil. In withdrawal and dreaminess, they retreat into a dreamy, absent-minded state, struggling with memory lapses, such as forgetting the thread of a conversation. This duality reflects their constant battle to reconcile their restlessness, guilt, and fear with their need to appear confident and in control. Adults needing Medorrhinum often feel like they're carrying an invisible burden, a guilt or flaw they can't name. This fear of exposure shapes their behavior in distinct ways, often presenting as hurried and restless. They're always in a rush, as if time is slipping away or something is chasing them. Guilt and anxiety. They carry an unshakable feeling of having done something wrong, even without cause. This often leads to compulsive behaviors like nail-biting or hand-washing, as if trying to cleanse themselves of their imagined guilt. Fear of judgment. They worry about being criticized or caught making mistakes, leading to perfectionism or dramatic attempts to cover their insecurities. Physically, they may experience hot feet at night, causing them to kick off the covers. Restless legs or greasy skin, often accompanied by cravings for sweet and sour or salty foods. Picture Laura, a successful lawyer who appears bold and confident in court. But at night, she lies awake, restless and consumed by a vague sense of guilt, replaying conversations and worrying if she said or did the wrong thing. In children, Medorrhinum manifests as a combination of restlessness, boldness, and hidden fears, including rebellious and bold. These kids love attention, often acting out or dressing dramatically to stand out. But their boldness masks deep insecurities. Restless and impulsive. They can't sit still, constantly fidgeting, jumping between activities, or interrupting conversations. Their racing minds can make them appear inattentive or chaotic. Hidden fears and guilt. Despite their confidence, they may be terrified of the dark, ghosts, or an invisible presence behind them. Imagine Noah, a 10-year-old. At school, Noah is the class clown, always making jokes, wearing bold outfits, and craving attention. But at night, he clings to his mom, terrified of being alone in the dark, convinced there's someone in the dark watching him. Medorrhinum feels better by being at the seashore, in fresh air, lying on the abdomen or in a knee chest position, and in the evening or nighttime. Symptoms worsen in cold, wet weather, or when they focus on their ailments, which amplifies their restlessness. Let's compare Medorrhinum to similar remedies to better understand its unique essence. Lycopodium. Insecurity in Lycopodium stems from a fear of failure, driving them to overcompensate with intellect and control. In contrast, Medorrhinum fears exposure and hides behind boldness, rebellion, or hurried activity. Tuberculinum. Both remedies are restless, but Tuberculinum's drive comes from a need for freedom and adventure, while Medorrhinum's hurriedness is guilt-driven and tied to fear of exposure. Carcinosin. Guilt in Carcinosin arises from a pressure to meet high expectations, whereas Medorrhinum feels an instinctual sense of inner wrongness or imperfection. In essence, Medorrhinum is the remedy for those caught between extremes: confidence and doubt, boldness and guilt, restlessness and fear. It helps bring balance to those carrying the burden of hidden flaws, whether in adults or children. This is Homeopathy MasterKey, where we're unlocking healing, one remedy at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we explore another powerful remedy. See you soon. Please remember that this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider for health concerns or before starting any treatment.